Hello everyone, my name is Matthew. You're welcome to my channel. And I would like you very much if you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a continuation of an episode we started a couple of months ago. This was a Nigerian issue, and we talked about random issues concerning the Nigerian economy. We talked about everything concerning the Nigerian as a nation, but especially Nigerians as individuals. There's a journalist that made a commentary that got me thinking about what I have been saying all along on this channel. I'm going to play this video and then we'll talk. Once again, you're welcome. The quality might not be good, but the content is absolutely important.
It is easy to point accusing fingers at others but ourselves. But believe me, we all contributed to the rot called Nigeria. Nobody destroyed Nigeria but you and I. The day it benefits you and your person, then na God. Otherwise, it is not good enough. If it must be better, we must use the same standard and measures we use for others for ourselves. Otherwise, this house will fall on us all, including those cutting down the legs now through banditry, kidnapping, ransom, killing, burning of police stations, etc. I hope we understand and should let our people know also that it is the Igbo politician in collaboration with some of their traditional institutions in that region that underdevelop and are still destroying Igbo land when they put money made for public funds in their pockets. The average Yoruba man should be aware that it's the Yoruba politicians and their allies, whom they celebrate every day, that have consistently made life unbearable for Yorubas in their land despite the abundance. The Hausas, Fulanis, the Kanuris, the Jukums, the Beram, Tiv, Idoma, Igede, Igala, Igbira people, etc. should understand that it's not the man from Anegbete or Orerepe, but their governors and representatives whom they either voted for or abstained from voting for that have consistently made development a mirage for them, even with their numbers and natural resources. I hope the Ijaws, the Robos, Calabaris, Benins, Ishan, Afemai, Ika, Ikwere, and others in South-South can see clearly that it is nobody but their politicians and leaders, both religious and traditional, that are eating what's meant for everybody in the midst of plenty. So blame them and not others. Those destroying and burning down pipelines in South-South, our brothers and sisters, hope they know that those destructions is a further destruction of our environments. The ones that claim to be unknown and setting ablaze police stations in the Southeast are our relatives. What do we tell them? Others kidnapping villagers and innocent school children, killing in the name of religion, and setting villages on fire in the north, lives amongst us as relatives. Apart from asking for amnesty and ransom for them, have we ever bothered to ask them to stop? And when they are arrested, do we insist that they be punished for their crimes? I leave you to be the answer to answer that question. That traditional ruler dishing out chieftaincy title to undeserving people because of money will look for who to blame but himself. The pastor and priest who sees Sunday sermons as opportunities to further fleece his gullible congregant is also blaming somebody somewhere for the rot that he represents. God loves a cheerful giver after all. Yet they buy private jets in the midst of hunger. The Islamic cleric who is negotiating with bandits and terrorists and those who are silent in the face of the killing simply because the killer shares a faith with them is also a problem and not a solution. Make him also look himself in the mirror and change. Those lawmakers who sees every budget passage as opportunity to pad and make money are our parents, relatives, and village people. What do we tell them when we meet with them in private? Do we say, give me my share, or bros, sis, represent the people well? I leave you to your conscience. You parents that refuse to imbibe morals in your kids, those young boys destroying rail tracks, students cheating in exam hall, you contractor who over-invoice price, and yet do a shoddy job, and those of you that destroy public properties, claiming there's a protest, you trader that increase price unreasonably because there are no checks, you landlord increasing your rent arbitrarily, you security personnel, police, army, navy, air force, and even private security outfit, killing defenseless people and not behaving contrary to your oath of office. You lawyer defending political thief even when you know the truth. And the judge collecting money to pervert justice. The medical doctor selling public drugs in his private hospital. The civil servant who is nothing but evil servant. You pickpocket using civil society and NGO to enrich your personal pocket and all defending, defrauding, or suspending people of their money and valuable. The list is endless. Just add your own, are all parts of the larger problem of Nigeria. We are not different from the people governing us, as our leaders and rulers are drawn from amongst us. And that's why it is said that those waiting to steal in government are more than those already stealing. I will therefore advocate that we all must see that our actions or inaction is what is collectively destroying this country and not just that of the politicians. We do not need a sovereign national conference or dialogue to heal the land and tell ourselves the truth. What we need is a personal dialogue with ourselves, our conscience, and our maker. We can then elevate the discussion to local government, state level, and before we get to the national level, we would have all become the change ambassador that we so desire through our individual reorientation in our interaction with our people every day. For if our leadership problem were a national one, then they ought not to have been seen or replicated at the various states and local government level. It is indeed a personal problem, and the sooner we blame ourselves and start addressing them from within ourselves, the better. Otherwise, we can divide this country structurally, but the problem will still follow us to wherever we go. I blame myself, and from today, we make conscious effort to change and do it differently. What about you?
If you listen to this video, you'll find out that this is exactly what I've been saying all along. Nigeria is a very complex and dynamic society. It is absolutely impossible to say one thing that the Nigerian problem is. There are so many problems facing this nation, but we can put it to one thing. And of course, we know our leaders are really, really bad. Ever since independence, all and each and every leaders that we have ever had, none of them was able to make electricity a 24-hour affair in Nigeria. That is just a shame. Of course, we know that Nigeria has always had failed leadership. That is not the issue here. The issue that this man was trying to say, if you listen to this man well, you'll find out two statements that got me thinking. The first statement that he made that got to me was, and I quote, "Nobody destroyed Nigeria but you and I." And that is exactly true. The second statement that he made was, "Our leaders are drawn from amongst us." And that is exactly true. In Nigeria, we have no hereditary system. So the leaders that we have always been having come from amongst us. We know them. They live in our community. They live in our streets. They live in our towns. They live in our cities. They live in our state. They are our brothers. They are our sisters. We know them, but we tolerate them. And that is exactly what the problem is. And I think that is what this man was saying. There are so many examples to be drawn from. A couple of years ago, a former Delta State governor was imprisoned in England for corruption charges. But that's not the issue. The issue is when he was released, he came back to Nigeria and we welcomed him. The people in Delta State, they welcomed him. He was like a hero. Although he was a thief, this man is a thief. But we welcomed him in. Everybody was, the people of Delta State were so happy because our son has come back. Even the Catholic Church, if you think about it, just think about this for a second. Even the Catholic Church, they said, and I quote, "The return of our son, our beloved son." And this is the Catholic Church that everybody was thinking that is different from the Pentecostal churches. Can you imagine that this man is a thief and he was welcomed with open arms? And people were hailing him and they were even saying that he should contest again. This man is a thief. And from what I saw online a couple of weeks ago, I saw online, there is a senator from Delta State that is aspiring to be the next governor of the state. He went to meet this ex-governor. He knelt down so that he can become his blessing, so that he can become the next governor of Delta State. Although this guy is a thief. Can you imagine that? Wow. The second thing is a couple of months ago, there was a video that went viral. There was a young man from, I think it was a Delta State or Edo State. This man made a video about a road construction that was happening in his community. There was a road construction going on and a gutter at the same time. The man was able to use his own hands to destroy, to pull the roads, and the roads were just pulling off. The standard was so low that that road is not good. In less than few weeks, that road is going to be bad. And that video went viral. And this young man was so angry. This contractor is a person in this community. He lives in this community. He works there. He grew up in this community. And he was only able to do a substandard construction work for his own community. This is somebody from your own community. And tomorrow, this guy will be blaming the leadership. Although he forgets that he himself is a leader in this aspect because he got the contract to build a road and a gutter for his community, and he did a bad job. A couple of years ago, remember, there was an issue about somebody claiming that snakes swallowed money. Remember this? Nobody talked about this anymore. How can snakes swallowed money? And that was the end of the story. Nobody's talking about this anymore. This is really sad. Sometime last year, the Nigerian health minister invited some Chinese nationals. He said these people were health workers and they were supposed to help us with the COVID-19. He welcomed them at the airport. There was a big ceremony. Everybody was there. Journalists was there. And then a couple of days later, these Chinese people, they just disappeared. And then we found out later that these people were not even health workers, but they are still living in Nigeria. They just disappeared into thin air. And they cannot be living in Nigeria without collaborating with Nigerians themselves. And this health minister still has a job today. Can you imagine this? He brought people into the country and these people just disappeared. And the journalists, nobody's asking any questions. These are people in our community. These are people that we know. But he still has a job. He's still the health minister of Nigeria. That is just a shame. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The thing about Nigeria is the people that we call our leaders, be they traditional leaders, be they political leaders, be they religious leaders, it is a shame that they all let us down. But then we must not forget that these people, they are from us. We are the people that are creating these so-called leaders. Like I said, Nigeria don't have a hereditary system of government. These people that we call leaders that are disappointing us, they come from amongst us. We know them. We are these people. Of now, Nigeria has 36 states. I bet you, if we create 36 countries out of the states of Nigeria for today, there will still be problems. There will still be nepotism. There will still be corruption. Why? Because we as individuals, we have not changed our ways. And as long as we have not changed our ways, it's like we are moving all in cycles. This thing will never end. We keep blaming other people for our problems, although we are the cause of our own problems. And this is exactly what this man was talking about. And I agree with this person 100%. That is exactly our problem. The problem of Nigeria is the person you see in the mirror. That is the person that is causing the Nigerian problem. The thing about Nigeria is unless we change our ways, unless we are ready to change our ways, it will be a waste of time. It will just be like a circle. And I said this before in one of my videos. I'll put the link below too, but you will find out that what we are doing is we are taking 2 steps forward and 5 steps backward. We can never progress. That is the truth, unless we are willing to change the person in the mirror. That is exactly what I'm talking about. And that is exactly what this news journalist was talking about. I believe in Nigeria. I believe we can do something good. I believe we can always create good things. But we have to change our ways. If we don't, like I said, we'll just be moving in cycle. And that is exactly what the Nigerian problem is. We are a people in denial. We keep blaming other people, but we forget that we are the people that create this mess that we are in today. That is the issue of Nigeria. That is our problems. And I believe we can do better because we have shown that we can do better. If we go in the diaspora, we find out Nigeria doing enormous work. There's hardly a profession that Nigeria is not involved in the top 10 position. That is exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing about this Nigerian mentality is as soon as these people come back home, something changes. I don't understand what this is, but something changes in them that makes them to be who we expect them to be, so to say. And that is not good enough. We can do better. I'm absolutely sure we can do better. I believe in Nigeria. we can go further. We have so many brains that they can take things forward, and that is exactly what we are all striving to do. I hope I have not offended anyone with this my episode today. But like I said, this is a channel where we can come together and discuss issues. I love discussing issues with people that are intelligent, people that can bring things on the table. If I have one opinion, doesn't mean that's the best opinion. It doesn't mean that's the only opinion. Nobody has a monopoly of solutions. You can bring your ideas, and then we can talk about it and see how we can move our country forward. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Have a good day.